Hey guys, it's Tina Forsyth here of OnlineBusinessManager.com. So how do you know when to end a working relationship? There's some obvious answers to this too, right? I mean, if you are a business owner and you have people on the team that are not getting work done, they're not reaching deadlines, there's other issues going on, of course, and you've applied that 3 strikes rule. You might remember that from a previous video that I did. Talking about, when to fix something with somebody versus when to fire them. If things are really falling apart, then yes, a relationship needs to end. If people are breaking agreements or confidentiality or non-compete or whatever that is, yes, things need to end. Those are kind of the negative side, if you will, of when to end a relationship. But I find the tougher relationships to end, and the ones that I think we need to be aware of, both as the business owners and also as the virtual support professional, whether you're an OBM or a VA or otherwise, it's when the relationships are really great. When things are really, really great, you have a good relationship together, great work is being done, things are being accomplished and all of that. Of course, at face value, you look at that scenario and think, well, why the heck would I want to end that? Really, because why would you, right? But I know for a fact that it's human nature. If you will, that as human beings, we all need to grow, expand, and so on, and be challenged and do different things in our lives and in our business. And this applies as much to the people that are on our teams, those of us as virtual support professionals, as it does to the business owners themselves, growing and expanding their business, right? You can have the best working relationship with somebody, but over time, they are going to want to evolve the work that they're doing and how they're contributing to the world at large, maybe even what their own business is, right? And we need to be aware of that. It's kind of like there's almost this tipping point, if you will, or this point of freshness that comes into play here. And if we go too far past that point, things can actually start to spoil. Right? I know for myself in my own experience, having worked as an online business manager for a number of different clients, also having a number of different people work for me and through me, a number of VAs and other types of professionals over the years, right? I remember actually learning this first through Andrea Lee a number of years ago when her and I started working together, and when I was the OBM for her business, was, she said to me that we need to expect that people are going to come and go on the team. She's like, there's no such thing as finding someone who does a great job, sticking them in whatever role, and leaving them there forever. They're going to want to learn. They're going to want to do more. They're going to want to expand over time. And from the perspective of those of us hiring people and having people on the team, of course, that can be a drag. It's like if you have somebody who does great work, we want to keep them there forever if we could, right? But I remember when Andrea first kind of shared that with me, and when I first really got to see that in action, because we had that happen on the team a number of times over the years. Great people would come in, great VAs, they would be ready for more. In some cases, they might take a different role within the business, which can also happen. In other cases, they would leave the business and they would go off and do whatever it is that was next for them, right? And this is when working relationships can really end on a positive note. Not everything has to be a negative by any means, right? But part of what comes into play here is being aware of this. You as the business owner, being aware of the people on your team, being aware of, are they challenged? Are they enjoying themselves? Are they feeling like they're getting to grow and expand and so on in the work that they're doing with you? You as a virtual support professional, whether you're an online business manager or a virtual assistant or otherwise, are you still enjoying your work? Are you still challenged by your work? I'll be honest with you guys, I would make a terrible OBM these days for someone else. It's work I love doing. It's work I love teaching. I love supporting and mentoring people in these roles. Me personally, I would not be good at it anymore. I've actually joked about this with my own OBM, with my own team and such too, right? Is that I wouldn't be a good OBM anymore because I've kind of gone beyond that in a sense as far as what my own journey is, if you will, my own growth and so on, right? So it's just a matter, of course, of being aware of that in all of this too. So we really need to know this for ourselves and be able to recognize this in these working relationships, even though we don't want them to end. I think of my own OBM leaving me. Makes me want to run screaming, and I don't foresee that happening anytime soon, right? But, it's not a matter of these things ending tomorrow. Relationships can be great for years and years and so on, right? And but it is something to just kind of be aware of, because again, you don't want to go past that point of freshness. You don't want to go past the expiry date, if you will, where things kind of start to spoil and fall apart, because I've seen that happen as well too. I've seen really, really great working relationships fall apart simply because they kind of went past that point. It wasn't even about negative things happening or this or that or whatever. It was just they were past the point of freshness is all it was. So food for thought, you guys. Food for thought. Take care, everyone. Until next time, have a great day.